Now we're live. Welcome. I didn't think Jared was going to show up. Jared, did you just do a workout?
Yeah, like 5 minutes ago, I was on the floor.
Was
like on
it
the floor,
one-
like on the floor in the prone position.
recovery. Is this the Omar one?
Yeah, so it's like I would say this could be like an open workout, a quarters workout, a semis workout. They could do it at the games with 3 barbells because all the burpees are odd numbers. It goes 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and it alternates between thrusters and bar facing burpees. So it goes 10, 20, 30 on the thrusters and 15, 25, 35 on the burpees. So the round of 30 and 35 really is just not pleasant.
How long did that take?
7:21.
Wow.
Fast.
You're a fit motherfucker.
He's a fit man.
So Jason said he's going to come and do it today. It's like his first day back. And I said, "You sure you want this one to be your first one back, buddy?" And I mean, he's good threshold base. I said, "Okay." So he's still he'll still go super fast, but it's kind of hard to do that workout too slowly. Like you can either go slower and it's going to be more miserable, or you can just try to like outrun half of it. And just when it starts, like for someone like Jason, it probably doesn't start to hurt until like rep 15 on the set of 30 thrusters.
Yeah.
95 pounds, JR.
Yeah.
James going to
I mean, like I said, the 30 was, I mean, for me, it's all just a pressing stamina workout. Like I wasn't, my legs weren't really hurting. I wasn't crazy out of breath. It was just all the pressing interference.
Did you break up your thrusters on the larger sets or no?
Just the 30.
What you do, like 20 and 10?
8, 8, 7, 7. And then I
did
after
my own heart. I love doing that. If it's like 20 reps, instead of doing like 5, 5, 5, I'll do like 8, 7. So the sets get smaller each time, and it's a mental victory.
I have to get a big set done out the gate. I'm so bad at doing like.
Yeah, well, I was like,
small sets.
Before I started the workout, I was like, all right, you're gonna do 12, 10, 8 on the 30, and you're gonna go right to the bar after the 25th burpee and just put your hands on it and go. And I did that, but then when I picked it up, I was like, yep, 12's not happening. So no, it was fine. I mean, my burpee pace stayed consistent, and I kicked on the last 10, and I knew that if I told myself to kick and I didn't, that I was a little bit too aggressive burpee, but since I did speed up on the last 10, it was pretty good pacing, I think.
And this is because it's 10 years of Crash. Crash has existed for 10 years.
This is just Hero Month. This is because of Johnny, and because a lot of the members have asked, could we do a Hero Month where we just do every workout. The 10 for 10 was just probably poor planning on my part that I did those 10 workouts on Saturday in the middle of Hero Month.
Okay. Wow. Good Lord. All right. We are going to good morning, Sean. We are going to look at CrossFit Golden Valley CrossFit. So they're obviously a newer affiliate, or there will be CrossFit Golden Valley. Isn't that a thing that you had to put CrossFit last instead of first?
No, that just depends on how many affiliates are doing that type of thing at the time of you taking over. But Golden Valley's and the new owners taking over, basically.
Wait, what? I thought you couldn't call your gym CrossFit 179. That you had to call it 179 CrossFit.
179 CrossFit, yeah. But that's just because they just decided at that time when I affiliated that they wanted to do it the other way around.
Was that a stipulation for you?
I wanted to be.
We didn't have that.
Yeah, I wanted to be CrossFit 179, but they were like, no, you're going to have 179 CrossFit.
So
that's what we are on paper, but I never say 179
pack of
CrossFit.
wankers. It was our choice. Just thought it sounded cooler than the other way around. CrossFit Golden Valley CrossFit. Yeah, I mean, that's strike one. So I sent a survey. What's the best way to do this? I sent a survey to the gym. Oh, that actually worked. And I basically asked questions that I thought I probably should have asked you guys what should I ask them, but I basically asked questions that I thought would be pertinent or relevant. So the name is Golden Valley CrossFit, and it's in Nailsworth, Gloucestershire. There's some fucking weird place names in England, like really odd. Nailsworth. It's just bizarre.
Are we going to go in Irish locations for funny names, or?
I know.
But ours are a different language. Like they're derived from a different language. Yours are just fucking dumb.
How dare you?
Don't get me started on Welsh. Oh, lucky. Right, they have 155 members. The number of space per class is 12 to 15. Square footage is 2,500. Do you know what? I think I have a feminine brain for when it comes to size of space and spatial awareness. Don't females have a poor, generally speaking, have a poorer sense of spatial awareness to men? Isn't that a thing? A genetic thing?
I don't think so.
I think, isn't that why parallel parking is such a hot topic? Anyway, I cannot picture what square footage is. Like if you said to me, I have a 50,000 square foot gym, I have a 100,000 square foot gym, no idea. I have a 10,000 square foot gym, no idea. I just don't, it does not work in my brain.
That's about 3/4 the size of mine.
Okay. They have one full-time, one part-time, but the part-time is salaried, and then 8 part-time, not salaried, I'm guessing, and then 1 intern. So they have 11, like 10 and a half coaches, I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Average number of coach interactions per hour. So they have coaching evaluations, and they require a minimum of 3 per person per hour. Like each member gets 3 interactions in a class, basically, like when they come for the class. And their equipment list, I'm reading this out for the benefit of the listeners, readers, watchers, because you guys have this. So they have rig racks, other things. They have free. Oh, actually, do you know what I'll do? I will play the video because they sent a video of the gym desktop. This one.
It was well organized.
So that's the gym. Paradise hanging up there. Yep. He said, excuse the roars are out for the class today's class. What are they? The things in the middle. Are they like push sleds?
They're like
Talk
those
tanks.
talk tanks.
But they come apart, is it?
Like reindeer antlers underneath.
Yeah, is it like they come apart?
I would assume so. It looks like
they're foldable.
Okay, interesting. Benches screwed if you're short, I guess. Gears, but this stresses me out. This you can actually, I'll say it in a minute because you can see it better in the other video. Hate the fucking doors. Just paint them. Paint them. It's a low lift. The rig is against the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4 rings. 5 rings.
It's another set, yeah.
And then I have another video. Oh, this is very cumbersome to do. I think this
it's
is
clean.
One,
it's tidy.
Yeah. This fucking sandbags and balls, that stresses the fuck out of me that they're all just dumped on top of each other like that in the corner.
I would never have D-balls or sandbags. I would have one or the other if you're going to have that many.
Pros and cons to them. Like sandbags, if you're going to wash them, if they're like people have just been sweating into them, they're much harder to sanitize. But if someone drops a D-ball on like a rock, if like a rock makes a spin at the gym and it punctures it, it's done.
Mm.
I feel like D-balls have a really short shelf life anyway. Don't they go hard or something? Isn't there a thing that like they just become immovable? They're like a slab of concrete in it.
They lose air. They lose a little bit of air over time, especially with the changes of the season, because the air inside or whatever will just, like anything with rubber, will expand and contract a little bit with the cold and hot temperatures. I think D-balls are the best way to get better at sandbags. Like if you never use a sandbag, you'll get better at sandbag movements just using a D-ball, because D-ball is a lot less margin for error, I think, picking it up and handling it. But when it gets sweaty, it is almost impossible to use. Like it
To the
just
left
really,
of the rower.
it really frustrates me to use it when you get it really sweaty. Like it's not a fitness thing. It's just my hands just keep sliding on it.
Have you ever used those Rogue like full size rubber Atlas balls?
No, but I really want one.
Don't.
I keep waiting on them to do like stone to pedestal at Rogue at the Invitational using those instead of a sandbag. I think it would be so cool to do that.
When like so people just fall into the same habit of like put a D ball down, they'll like let it go and they'll almost like start to hinge and follow it down. Do the same with a sandbag. If you do that with one of those rubber balls, you lose your face, teeth gone.
Really?
Bounce back
Oh,
off.
my
like they
god,
bounce,
it
yeah.
bounces so high.
Yeah, speaking as someone who once bought secondhand, what do you call them? D-balls. Collected them, brought them home. I lifted one in. The other guy lifted in like two, I think. And the one I brought in, I was kind of like, oh, that's a bit stiff. It'll be okay. Came home with it. The other two it was basically like a pancake of concrete was just at the bottom of the D-ball. And I was like, cool, cheers, mate. You could have maybe said that, oh, these aren't very good, by the way, when I was paying you money for them and then bringing them away instead of just fucking them into the boot of my car, saying nothing, and then I come home. So I just, do you know what's worse? I emptied them out and they were about, I'd say 80% ash inside them. So it wasn't even sand.
Ash as in like cremated body?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was bodies, but something.
Did you fill up that sandbag I gave you?
Yeah, it's not full, but it's I think there's 50 kilos in it. It takes like 60 or 70, I think.
It's a 150 bag, yeah. It's a 150 pound bag, so you may have, if you made it 100. Did you put some crumb in it too to make it like really full, or is it kind of floppy?
It's quite floppy. It's children's play sand.
Yeah.
There was a lapse in my restriction on being near playgrounds, so I just filled a couple of bags and brought them home. But yeah, no, I had 3 bags to go in. I put 2 in, and then my wife was like, we need that bag number 3 for the sand pit. And I was like, okay, cool. Someone said that sand is better than any other sand because it's not wet or it's not.
Yeah, you need dried sand, yeah.
Sticky.
Kiln dried, yeah, that's what you need.
But rubber crumbs, good as well.
How do you weigh them though?
You just buy
Wait,
them.
what do you mean?
You buy it in it's a package of them or whatever.
20 kilo
like you
bags
could-
of rubber crumb.
Like you could probably take 10 pounds of sand out of that bag and fill it with 10 pounds of crumb and almost like make it full, as in like it just wouldn't be super floppy.
It's not as dense, is it?
Yeah.
You reminded me, I could go and sweep an Astro, like a 5-a-side pitch. There's rubber crumb on that, isn't there? I contacted a fabricator today to get a shelf made, and they never called me back. But I'm getting, I've measured out where it's going to go. There's going to be the sandbags on the floor underneath, then a slanted one or whatever for dumbbells, then a straight one above that for kettlebells, and then the top will be for miscellaneous stuff. I'm hoping it's going to be less than like $10. So the equipment list. So you've seen there, like it's pretty decent setup. They have 12 rowers, 2 concept bikes, 3 ski ergs, 12 assault bikes, 2 torque tanks, jump ropes. Then they got barbells. They got some like men's, women's 7.5. What are they kids barbells or are they
training
barbells? Yeah,
you need them. Like
they've got some specialty ones: an easy bar, hex, safety, dumbbells, wall ball sandbags, utility sandbags. They've got boxes. They got stackable soft boxes and regular ones. Their number of members lost per month on average is 5. Their current advertising strategy is referrals, which we do not push on social media. And then they have 8 trials per month and new members 5.3. So 5 adults and a dwarf. I don't know, 5.3. I guess that's just the average over the year. All right. So caveat that all the stats around trials, members lost, members gains are from the last 3 months, which is when I changed the onboarding process and began to properly track these things. I think this makes for bleak looking growth stats. Not necessarily, I don't think. 2.5 years ago, I was coaching every class 5:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. The gym had 90 members and we were operating out of 1,000 square foot facility. So they've doubled the size and like 1.5 the members, I guess. And he's taken on a lot of help, which is great. I feel like the growth is a bit stuck in the 150, 160 mark with the current marketing and staffing model. They're using jump ship programming currently. He said, I normally prefer to write it myself, but I found that attendance is very high when we run 2-part classes. So outsourcing temporary to see how programmed that way works. And then he's going to take it back, I guess. Yeah, Seth is a big proponent of that. He's talked about that multiple times on this show, the 2-part, strength and conditioning or whatever. Jamie, from a business perspective, if that was, say, method like whatever 5 years ago, and you have around 5 members leaving every month and 8 trials and turning into just over 5 members coming in every month, how would you feel about that? And then what would you do to improve that?
So I've put down, to be fair, you're doing a great job of running an affiliate of over like 100 to 150 members. That is no mean feat. It's very, very difficult to manage that many people. So fair play, really, really good getting it up from 90 to that. I would say that on losing 5 per month, that's just over 3% attrition, and that is the gold standard. Like 2 to 3% is the gold standard. So you do not have a retention problem. If you were looking at an average of 8, 10, 12, then something's going on there where people are leaving. We need to fix that before we start to look at leads. You don't. You have an awareness problem by the looks of it. So 8 trials to just over 5 new members. We've hit that stagnation point where there's not enough eyeballs on the business. There's not enough awareness to start those numbers cascading down. So if we look roughly that, you're going to get 40% of inquiries will transfer into trials. We need to fill that front end, know that we're going to get 50 through to trials, and then we'd aim for 80% of trials to then change into full membership.
50 trials per month?
What did I just say there?
50, I thought.
I don't know what's just happened to my mind there. We want 80% of trials to transfer to membership. Is it not my accent? We're not going back into...
I thought you said 50 people, like 50 trials coming in per month. What's a good number per month then for them if they're currently on 8? How many trials?
I suppose that like the vague answer that everyone gives, it depends. So I kind of worked out as well. I've presumed that he's got about 5 to 6 classes a day. Something like that. Let's say it's that. If he's got 5 to 6 classes a day with 12 to 15 people, and each person's going to do 3.2 classes on average per week, he's actually not too far away from his capacity to. So he, like, it wouldn't be good to say, let's get 40, 50 trials. He just needs to get it up to, say, I don't know, 20 trials, 15 to 20 trials, and that'll start the process. But that's not going to be good enough for the long term, because that 3% gold standard for attrition is going to start to creep up to meet the intake. That makes sense.
So the higher your intake is, the more likelihood there is that your attrition will grow, that you lose more members, you mean?
Well, if we look at it, at the moment, he's losing 5 people out of his 150, which is about 3%. But when he's at 300 people, he's going to lose double that value. His percentages stayed the same. But if he then can't bring in more leads, more trials, then he's going to hit that stagnation point again. I would say at the moment, my advice would be you need more awareness. You need more awareness, and you need possibly some kind of, well, Johnny does the Academy program, like something like that, to try and get new people in. We don't do this anymore because we're full, but we used to do a £50 for 21 days. something like
Okay.
that.
You guys, this is a little bit off topic. Listening to the number of classes or presumably 6 classes a day at 12 to 15 and his membership being 155. Do you guys know like about how many people, I mean, you probably track it with software, on average, the percentage of your membership base that comes daily? And let's say daily, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's say that like for most gyms, I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is probably the most full days. Like we do partner stuff on Wednesday and Saturday, so maybe Saturday's a bigger day, but we only do 3 classes. So on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, if you have 200 people, what do you think the number of people coming into the gym total should be? 50%, 70%, 75%? Like what do you guys look at that? And do you think like if you have a membership, like we are probably close to this guy, but we have 8 classes. We have 5, 6, 8 a.m., noon, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 p.m. So 8 classes a day, Monday through Friday, with a similar membership base. I say it's like 90. I'd say 90 to 100 people come every single day.
200 members is going to get you 106, 107 on a 3.2 average per day.
So you think it's almost 50% of people should be coming daily? Gotcha.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Because that seems light to me. Like 50% sounds light to me. But I guess most people are like 3 day a week people, no matter how you slice it. And then you have the tryhards that come like 5 to 7 days. We have a lot of those.
You could
tryhard, by the way.
You could have this information to hand, or if you tracked your classes, major members book in and stuff.
Thanks, Peter. This show isn't about me. I was just asking a question.
You asked a question specific to your gym, so Johnny, are you were kind of shaking your head when I was saying 8 new trials and whatever. Is that where the bulk of the work needs to be done, do you think?
Yeah, 100% awareness, whether it's social media, whether they do some advertising. When he said that, I just checked mine on Waterfy, and last month, so August, and these are people that actually got put onto Waterfy, which is not included messages. August 21, September 23, October 23. Those
What's
are
that?
got
New
added to
members,
Waterfy.
Johnny?
Yeah, either pay as you go or 8 sessions a month or unlimited.
And do you know, and you might not know this, but do you know off the top of your head roughly how many inquiries you get per month?
I would say probably around 30.
Okay,
But it
so
depends.
20 out of 30.
So we go through periods of pushing it. So I run the academy program, which is our new starters thing. I did it 2 months in a row, and the problem with it is that too many people went to the same class. So like if 5 people go to 6 p.m., that causes a problem because now 6 p.m. has got a wait list. So next year we're going to run it every 3 months over the year. So we'll have a big push in January and just see where they settle in. Because at the moment, like I look at my schedule for this evening, we got 21 and 5 p.m., 20 and 6 p.m., 21 and 7 p.m. So, if we had too many people there, that causes a wait list on the classes. I could add a 3 p.m. class or an 8 p.m. class, but that doesn't solve the problem of 5 p.m. and 6 p.m.
But then they can filter out.
I need to figure that out because like on Friday,
why don't you tell the academy members that start in January you can come at 3 p.m. or 5 p.m.?
Yeah, I had a conversation with them. I was like, right, who's likely to train in the morning and the afternoon and the evening? And they all basically had an even spread, so it was good. Okay. But if I had like the one before, they were like they all came to 7 p.m.
Bastards.
So that's but that's the problem with the academy sometimes, is that they group together, they make friendships, and they want to train together.
But I wonder how many of the 7s would go to the 8, and then you would start to.
Yeah, you want me to start an 8 a.m. class, didn't
you? 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. But I don't know.
We'll see. I've got room at the moment. It just depends. But yeah, so like we are on social media pretty much every single day, reposting stories or tagging people in stories or posting a workout or a video or something. And that's the only thing we do outside of advertising. If I put an academy post up, I'll boost it to the Swansea area just outside. But other than that, we don't do any advertising. But yeah, you need more people messaging. Put a WhatsApp button on your website. That's one of the best things that we did. And then post a workout or whatever, post the schedule, post somebody getting a muscle up, and then add a little link to your social media to the WhatsApp, because you can change what the button says. And be like, hey, message for details on getting a muscle up or gymnastic classes or CrossFit classes, and then it's so easy for them to click it and then book in from there.
I know JR doesn't do this, but do either of you two have that auto response
No.
DM thing? I thought that has to be one of the stupidest things you can do.
I messaged one of my coaches who's not with us anymore one evening, being like a question about tomorrow, and he goes, "Hi, I hope you're enjoying your evening. I am as well. I'll get back to you in the morning." I'm like, "No, fuck you. It's like 7 p.m. at night.
Answer me.
I just think that I like that's I'm not going. If I message a gym saying, "Hey, what class have you got? I can't find a schedule," and I get, "Hi, you were super pleased that you," I'm gone. I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah. It's got to be personal.
Why did that just become an American accent?
Because it's all American gyms that do it.
Okay.
But the thing that annoys me is that they're doing it so that when you go to message them, it says in italics at the bottom, but usual response time 30 to 60 seconds or whatever. That's the only reason they're doing that. And I don't know what they think that statistic is gaining them, but it has to be losing them more people showing up than it brings in. Because it's like you send a message, you get a message back. Now that message is no longer unread on their side. So whenever the social media person or manager or whatever logs in, they don't see that there's an unread message. So then it just gets lost. So it's utterly pointless. And it, like, if I tag a gym and I get that, like if I put up a story and tag a gym and I get that response, I'm like, oh, I'm never tagging you again. Like, fuck off. That just really pisses me off. American accent for Euros is always like John. No, it is not. That was literally not like, that was classic, just plain middle America. That's my only thing, is that I don't just do a cowboy voice. I do like, general. Okay, so social media, more social media posting, a WhatsApp thing on their website. JR, what do you think your capacity of your membership is? Like, what are you at now? You're nearly, somewhere between 150 and 200, is it?
Yeah.
And what do you think you could hold?
Size of that gym, 3,000.
1 million people.
250 to 300 probably.
I wish you would do everything I say for 6 months and let me get you up to 250 members. If you just did absolutely everything I said, and then like record anything I ask you to record, post anything I send you to post, and just see what happens in 6 months.
I think that
he didn't say no.
Listening to, looking at the layout, looking at the equipment specifically, because I think that's something that he's done a good job of. Like having rowers and fan bikes, almost one per class member is amazing. Like amazing. I mean, I maybe in a few classes a day that are smaller. If I program machine work, I know everyone's going to have their own, but very rarely do I program any machine that's not executed in an interval-based format, because multiple people will have to be using the machine. So either you're waterfalling, if it's the intervals every 6 for 30 minutes, and I know that I can start people every 2, so I have 3 heats. So let's say I have 30 people in the class, I go 10, 10, 10, whatever. Or it's like every minute on the minute format. The fact that he can program like rounds for time or AMRAP with machines is awesome. I think he's done a great job there. I don't know how much money he's putting back into equipment monthly. That would be something really good to know. But I would just I would keep building that fleet of the concept machines. I just think
agreed.
They're so resilient to use. People get to the point where they're not always rowing and they're going to get to ski sometimes, or they're not always fan biking and they're using bike ergs instead. Like, people just love that. They love those because they're low impact. It might get you from a 3-day membership to someone that's doing a 5 because you have a class or 2 a week that you know is pretty low impact and it's not going to beat them up because you have more machines to use. I look at that stuff first. I think the GHDs are fine. I don't think you need more than that unless you just like I just wanted to be able to program them weekly. That's the only reason why. And because I knew I was going to run competitions, and I think they're really good to use for competitions unless you're always going to do toes to bar. So like, that's just why I wanted to invest in a bunch of GHD. I don't think it's an issue. They have a lot of sandbags. It looks like they have a good spread of dumbbells. I think I saw 14 low rings. That's really impressive. They have 14 sets of low rings. I don't think I have that many hanging, probably 12. Squat racks, I saw he had a lot of movable ones, which I think is great. I had a lot of movable squat racks, and then I got rid of them and just bought yokes instead, so that they can be used for squat racks and be used for carries or competitions or whatever. So I think that's cool that he can accommodate a lot of like people squatting at one time and not having to do like 3 or 4 people per. I think the high ring number is good. I think the climbing rope number is good, especially as far as like how many people on average are in his classes. So I mean, equipment-wise, I know you said there was something you wanted to point out that you didn't like about the setup, but equipment-wise, I think it looks like he's doing a good job.
Can you use a yoke as a squat rack?
Yeah.
You just put J hooks on it.
It comes with J hooks.
Comes with J hooks.
Really cool. Look at me.
I think like for a garage gym, I would tell people to just do a mountable pull-up bar, a single system, and then do a yoke. Like that, no questions asked, because you can move it outside if you want more room. You can carry, you can push it on like concrete as a sled. You can just lower the cross member. It's just super versatile. So I think if anyone has a garage gym, don't get a squat rack. I mean, unless you get the foldable ones, are pretty good. Just do a pull-up bar like you have, and then do a yoke.
Yeah, if you get a pull-up bar like mine, make sure that it comes far enough away from the wall that you can kip.
Well, you can kip. You need to face out on it and not face the wall. Because I have a pull-up bar like that, and I did bar muscle-ups on it, like constantly.
I can't kip facing out, and that's a me issue, not a pull-up bar issue. So because I kip like
can't as in you're afraid that your head's
no, as in I'm physically incapable of kipping effectively. Like when I kip, it's like, oh, my heels hit the wall, and then in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm going to hit the back of my head when I move back around the bar. Anyway, until recently, all of the money went back into the expansion and equipment, which you can tell it looks really good. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the setup is just the sandbags. I just really don't like that. I just don't like that. That just annoys me, that storage. But I mean, that's again more of a me issue than an anybody else issue, to be honest. They're using Anya. Look at that, Anya for all their clothes. 16 weeks ago, I think we were doing these shows then. I saw a picture here. They only got the keys. How many weeks in a year? 50. So that's about half a year ago, about 7 months ago. They got the keys, which it looks like, I'm not really sure. So this looks like it's the same gym. So I think he's in the chat. You can correct. But it looks like maybe he got the unit next door. That's what it seems to look like.
I've never seen anyone paint the rig like white to go with the walls. I think it looks pretty clean like that. I like it.
Yeah, some of them come white, don't they?
Yeah, that might be a certain brand, is it?
The key photo was 1 year on. All right.
How fixed is he to that rig on the wall?
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
Like literally get that off, buy another,
double the space
side of it. You got the problem with that is you program with the rig on the wall like that. You've only got 5 squat racks. You program something like a wall ball, toaster bar, wall walk. The entire gym is in that 20% space. So like take it off the wall, even put it like in the middle or 3/4. You can have people working out the same side, and you can just buy the other half of the rig. You double your squat racks, you double your pull-up bars. That gives you more options to put rings on the other side that don't take up any space because they're in the air. All right, they're getting away for double unders potentially, but that is the next money that I would spend would be getting that rig off the wall, because then you can have.
So you just buy the
other side of it. Yeah, you just repeat what you've got.
Or find a fabricator to do it, like if they ever call you back.
Yeah.
Right,
John, you have a big spending money. That's what I would do.
Hang on, there's two things that piss me off, right? And these are not like, I mean, I just think this is incredibly low hanging fruit. So the doors on the inside being brown, just that needs to be changed, because it's like it's a perfectly white wall with red strips, and then there's just 2 fucking brown doors that look like they're in a granny flat in the 80s. So just paint them or change them.
What's behind them? I want that answer as well.
I'd say it's into here. This is the other thing that pisses me off. That door is fucking terrible. That's really bad. Like, if that's the first thing you see when you show up and you see this lovely sign above it, and you see this door, you're operating at a deficit when I'm walking in. I'm like, that's not a nice door.
Has he got handles, or has he got a barbell to open it?
He just has a classic. You could even put a dumbbell there if you wanted.
He's missing an opportunity there.
Obviously a high crime area, bars on the windows and the doors. So I'm guessing that the brown doors have a little reception area here. There,
That's
you can
nice.
see the reception area. Tell me that door doesn't look shit. And that one. And then this one is the same as this one. It just closes that way.
So what are we changing it for then, Pedro?
Anything.
Paint.
Like anything. I'd have a see-through door here or no door. I'd have a see-through door like that you could look in. So that
I'm
you're
in
walking
favor of
into
just
the
taking the
gym.
door off. Yeah.
You walk in, you can see what's happening in the gym. So maybe like a glass panel door or something where you can see what's happening in the gym. And then you're thinking like, oh, wow, they all look like they're having a great time. Or like, whoa, maybe I'm going to die today. I don't really mind this one as much because it's out of sight. But I just like, and then the floors don't match. Anyway, my stuff is purely aesthetic because I don't really deserve to have much of a say in anything else that you guys are talking about. But I just think if you change that door and match this floor and this floor and change the outside door, I bet you get that 0.3 of a member up to 1. You don't think that matters at all, JR? If you walked into that gym and saw that door,
I think that's what someone like Jamie, who has a waiting list for members, worries about, and I don't think that's anything anyone else worries about.
It's so cheap to
at
change
least
it.
I don't think you should. I think there's so many more things that you could be doing to improve other than just sitting around thinking about how I could make it look better on an Instagram post.
I'm not asking them to sit around thinking about it. It's nothing to do with Instagram. I'm talking about the potential member walks in, and they either think, "Oh, that's a bit of a shit door," or they think, "Oh, nice."
So that's
This is coming.
So a member walks in, and because they can see through the door, you know what? Glass door. Last gym we went to, wooden door, sold.
I mean, if you did like a twin test, like twin A and twin B, and you had them come a week apart, I'm telling you, it would make a difference. And it's cheap. You're talking about like, oh, you could change this, you could change that. That's so fucking easy to change. Most people that own CrossFit gyms are handy. They could change that door themselves.
This is coming from the guy that the main critique of Newcastle was that people don't use enough paint.
They don't. It's grey. Everything is grey. They just think that if you use like plaster or cement, that you're just not allowed to touch it anymore. It's there. Let it dry. Walk away. Do not engage again.
We put that to the council. Technicolor town.
I mean, a bit of red. It doesn't have to be Technicolor. It can just be like anything. Consumers don't shop that way. I'm a fucking consumer and I do shop that way. What? That doesn't make any sense. If I walk in and I see a nice door, I'm more likely to go in with a positive attitude walking beyond that. Same if the sign was shit, I'd say change the sign. But the sign is good, but the door is shit. So change the door.
Johnny, do you and Jamie both have standalone rigs, or do you guys have wall?
No,
I know Johnny has a standalone, like a big one in the middle that you can do stuff on both sides. I kind of have both, and every day I look at it thinking that I shouldn't have done it that way, but that's okay.
Well, what would you have one down the middle?
No, what I would do is either put 2 more monkey rigs, so I have 4 of them.
Oh, you have that killer cage thing, isn't it? The like where it goes up.
Monkey rig, yeah. 2.
Okay.
I have, or put a huge rig along the back wall where the pegboards are, slid the turf up to separate rubber and rubber, because I wouldn't want to put the turf. The reason why the turf is on the back wall, which it was the right move, is so that people had to walk 100 feet with dirty shoes before they hit the turf. So I know that was kind of I built everything around that. But I think a lot, Wilson is actually supposed to do this. We're going to bring in a rig with skid plates for Crescendo and put it in front of the bay door and run all the lanes long ways and do nothing like monkey rig to monkey rig. Like we did the P-bars, we're not going to run anything in that direction anymore. So the rig that we use for competitions is going to be brought in. That sounds...
We have to remove the other rig then?
No.
Would they not be in the way, no?
No, so if you think about where the gym is when you walk into the bay door, the
be
rig would just
facing
be
you.
right there in your face. It would be facing the ropes and the pegboards, and so everything could run in the long 50-foot. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, if you move your what do you call it? Fucking turf, will it not get in the way of the doors, like say the door into the athlete area or the
No,
back
it would.
door?
It's laid out exactly like it should be.
Yeah.
I walk in every day thinking about little things that like that. People all the time ask me, you can just move them. I'm like, and then the holes will be in the floor. No way. I'm not doing it.
Pause, please. A glass door would be nice. Might keep a consumer interested if they come in while the gym's closed and they can still at least look around and see if it's nice or not. There you go. The standalone rig makes me nervous for fitting stuff in around it. So hang on, let me go back to the picture of the gym. Why
Johnny,
can't I get out of that?
were you thinking of like moving it off the wall as far as like you've got yours, or were you thinking of like center mounting it?
2 options. So you put it in the middle of the gym.
So like here.
And then you can have it either side. So maybe you put it like literally between the echo bikes and the rowers, if that's the middle. And then you can have the rig.
Barbells either side.
Barbells either side, bikes either side, and then same this side.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is that anyone on this side of the rig has got to now cross everything to get to the wall, which is problem number 2, is that you need more wall space on the other side of the gym.
Or handstand
where the
boards.
sandbags are.
Or you do Jamie's, you basically make your custom handstand boards that fit on the rig, which Jamie's got in Method, which is insane. But for me, like, floor space is premium, wall space is premium. Wall balls, handstand walks, wall walks, all requires a wall. So the more you can have wall space, the better. Like those GHDs get moved somewhere else, you got a cheeky little handstand push-up station there. But
What stands out there, JR?
You have to program around it.
The only thing I was just thinking about after the cheeky little handstand station was if you have one optimal setup for anything, it will be constantly fought over, and I think it's a bad idea. So, for instance, if you have a spot that's like perfect for the open or whatever.
So if this was handstand walks, you mean? Or
No, like let's say that there was no wall space other than behind those GHDs, and there was a 6-foot pull-up bar there that was like perfect for bar muscle-ups or whatever. Then you have everyone wanting to go in that spot because that's the optimal setup to get the best score possible. And then you have everybody just being like, well, I want to go there. Well, I want to go there. Well, like I try to minimize that kind of stuff as much as possible.
Favorite
Maybe that's a different membership tier.
Jamie's always got his financial hat on.
Yeah, we would have people that with us that are competitive would naturally go to those areas anyway, and the people that don't really give a fuck, they'll go wherever.
Yeah.
We'll always, like, if someone's doing handstand push-ups and the barbell RX and toast bar RX or whatever, they'll get that space. If someone's scaling off a box, we'll put them in an area where it makes sense for them to scale off a box, you know.
It's a shitload of rowers.
But you could even just move the rig slightly.
Hey, it's a huge problem in my gym, and I say huge, but I'm being serious for people as competitive as a lot of my members are that like try to do online qualifiers, try to qualify for semifinals, the games, whatever. The rig is about 10 feet off of the wall on either side, but there's a little back rig where the plyo boxes are, where there's 2 6-foot rigs that are wall mounted. And then the warm-up room has a wall-mounted rig. So a lot of times those athletes, they won't even use the main floor, the huge rig or anything. They'll go to those spots because of transition time. So like during the open and stuff, it can be a little bit of a like, yeah, I mean, if you're trying to make, or if it's, let's say it's quarterfinals and you have a workout that has a lot of back and forth on like wall walks and deadlifts or something like that, and you have to move 10 feet every single transition versus 4, and there's no requirement for spacing, then yeah, I mean, people will just like they'll just come in and go in the open gym room. The open gym room will have like 20 people in it, and the main floor will have like 10, just because they want to, which is fine. But I think it's just a matter of how my building was made. There's just a ton of doors and a bunch of walkways.
CrossFit, I'm not giving the scaled guys the bad spot. I'm giving them the spot that makes sense for them. So like if I've got someone doing a wall, it makes sense for them to be near a wall. And if someone's not using a wall, it makes sense for them to not take up the space needed by people going on the wall. So we'll put them where they need to go for their own version of the workout. It's not like I'm going, right, if you scale, take your barbell, put it in the car park. It's like, no, if you don't need this area here, then it doesn't make sense for you to be there. We're going to keep that free for people that are doing handstands or whatever. You know? Some people would rather
CrossFit
scale it
knows
to
that.
dumbbell push press.
CrossFit is seminar staff, so CrossFit knows that. So after the first investment that Johnny's talking about is the rig. I mean, okay, investment 0 is the doors. Investment 1 is the rig, right? Move to the rig. Could I suggest an investment 2? Maybe it might take a couple of years after you do the rig. Would be to do Jamie's storage solution, because, like, to Johnny's point, if all of this stuff, oh, you can't see my mouse there. If all of that shit is outside in a ventilated or air conditioned or whatever storage container, then you've opened up, like, that's a shit ton of space, and then you're going from 12 to 15 members to 15 to 20 members,
which is the sweet spot.
So what's the goal then? What are we saying the goal is in terms of, like, equipment and storage? Is to probably get potentially more people in your class and to give those people in the class their own barbell, their own rower or bike, or their own pull-up space. So if the goal is to add more members and the goal is to grow your membership base, then one of the best ways around that is to get more equipment. But then if you're getting more equipment that takes up more space, you could end up with less people in. So storage and having something to put these things is essential to grow your gym.
I have no idea how I zoomed in and I can't zoom out.
I've just discovered the comment after how many of these have we done?
Wow, really?
That's amazing.
Stay out of there. Stay out of there.
Jamie, before you say, I'll go back to the comment that you want, but you said just give him advice about the shipping container, because you've had good luck and bad luck.
Well, I was just thinking that because you have actually got the old style assault bikes. When we first did our container, we didn't insulate it, we didn't heat it, we didn't do anything. It was just a bare bones metal tin. And I went away on holiday, came back, and all the bikes were rotten. They were just like rust, covered in rust. Like there was just like water falling off the ceiling. So, like, it's obviously getting cold. We're getting to the point where the humidity's changing, the cold air is, like, you've got to insulate that container or you're going to lose all those bikes. I'm sure you're already on top of that, but just get it insulated.
Because you have like a dehumidifier or something in there as well, or a unit or something, do you?
Yeah, he's already ahead. Yeah, we have a fan to kind of keep the air moving through it, and we got them insulated and all the rest of that. So yeah, but they're on it. Good. That's class.
Don't put smiley face in your messages on here, please. Natalie says this is
I disagree. I disagree, Peter. It's a way to maybe put a little bit of sarcasm, a little bit of jab in there without knowing, is he really being sarcastic or is he just being friendly? I like the smiley. Keep doing it.
I'm fine if he used like the otter floating on his back or something. I'm fine with that, or the squid. Jamie, this is another one for you, because you know how you love to talk about your little boxes. We've been struggling with boxes. We want to stack them, but we don't want them to tumble. Just tell me, what's the name of those boxes you have? Rogue what?
The Rogue resin boxes.
Have you got these, JR? I don't think you do.
No, I don't.
I don't know if I'm on board with these.
I know what he's talking about. I have I know what he's talking about. I have like 10 wooden plyos, and then I have 14 of the 24-inch. Yeah.
How are Rogue not sponsoring this podcast, by the way?
The good thing about these boxes is every single person doing the open or quarterfinals, because of the dimension requirements, we use this box because it's a smaller surface area on the top.
But then you need 3 boxes to handle one person potentially.
But even then, the space requirements are like when you stack 3 24s inside each other like that, it's just like it takes up so much less space.
So these are the kinds you have. Jamie. You use these.
Yeah, Jamie has these under his stairs.
Okay,
we got both. We've got the Rogue foam boxes, and we've got these resin boxes as well.
He got rid of all his wooden ones.
The other day, Jason was getting his Rogue order together, and he was like, "Where are the games boxes you have?" I was like, "Well, they're not the games boxes, but they're the stackable ones." He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, they're not the same dimensions. The ones that they use for the competitions are are bigger. They have a bigger footprint, and I showed it to him, like, which they're supposed to be used for jerk blocks, basically, and people use them for plyos, which is fine. And I sent him to him, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, that's so expensive." It's like for a 6-inch, a 12-inch, a 20-inch, and a 24. And I'm like, "Yeah." Now
you know.
Now look at the wall at the gym and do the math. And he's like, "Dude, why would you do that?" I'm like, because, like, do you know how many people I know that have jumped on a 30 or a 36 or a 42-inch box just because they know they can't get hurt? Like, it's one of the best investments I've ever made.
Yeah.
And it is crazy how expensive they are when you think about it.
And take up so much space.
But it's not a space thing for me. It's they can be cleaned. They look good, and honestly, it does get people doing something athletic or just explosive, which I really like. And they would not do it if it was wood or if it was plate stacked up or any other way. Like
What's
the
inside that box?
Are you talking about the massive ones from like regionals back in the day?
The ones that like have the little bits with Velcro.
Yeah.
Oh, those. Okay.
They don't sell them in Europe. They don't sell them in Europe.
Do they?
They don't. I mean, I can't buy those, so I have the smaller version. They're like 28 by 28 is the footprint of them.
I've got two of them downstairs somewhere, literally right underneath me.
Of course you do.
They are massive.
Huge.
And you can get like the little 6-inch riser to make it 30 inches. Yeah. Yeah, they're so good. But yeah, I just leave them outside. They've been outside for 3-4 years. There's nothing wrong with them.
That's
crazy.
It's just foam, aren't they? Just plastic.
I'm trying to find something on Jamie's of Under the Stairs. I can't find it. I mean, that's an unlikely post to see, but I thought there might be a video or something. Your social media has improved so much, Jamie.
Mine.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm 300 weeks ago, and it's dog shit compared to now. Like,
The Rogue bricks are very good for scale box jumps as well.
those ballistic blocks, is it?
Mm-hmm. They're very heavy, but like they're good for deficit answer push-ups, burpees over something, scale box jumps, getting up on the rig, getting up on a set of rings.
Yeah, I posted a video of Quinn doing box step ups, holding those little rope handles. She was using ballistic block for that.
That's cool. So there, Natalie, if you're struggling, Jamie is terrified of members hitting their shins. This fixes that problem. He's terrified of storage being full. This also fixes that problem.
Terrified of getting sued.
And he's got a bit of OCD with stacking, and as you can see, that fixes that problem. Although it also does give him anxiety because sometimes a bolt comes loose. What are you going to show us? Oh yeah, there's the boxes underneath. So it just takes up almost no space. It obsessed me a little bit that they stick out, but
yeah,
pretty good. We have the Bulldog Gear stackable boxes like that, and they're great for scaling box jumps and for max height stuff too. Oh, that's the thing, the Velcro thing that JR was talking about. I bet JR used irrigation boxes. What are irrigation boxes?
no idea.
I don't know either.
How much is membership? How much is membership?
He didn't actually say how much membership was.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
I'm catching up from the beginning, but you can use a normal ball pump. Can you actually do that?
Not in the D-ball by Mondo. Not
I can't.
D-ball, not D-ball brand. D-ball brand does not have a needle thing.
Some of them look like they have a valve, but then when you actually push in, you just burst it. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Is that what average client revenue is? 135. Like, or is that just what the top line price is? Like, take all your money, divide it by all your members. Is that
my next question is, why 8 coaches for that many members?
Unlimited, it says.
Yeah. Okay.
Johnny, do you think that's too many or too little?
I just think it's too many.
Okay.
Well, if he's doing, so there's a full-time coach, him. I'm guessing it's him.
And there's 6 classes a day.
We think he hasn't corrected us.
15.
Tell us how many classes you have a day. So 6. There's a full-time coach, which is him, I'm guessing, and then a part-time coach, 7 a day, a part-time coach, and then I guess the others are like a class here and there, like 1 a week or 2 a week or whatever. Not like, I would guess.
Yeah, I think I went a little bit too big too early with the number of coaching staff to try and. If I had my time again, I would take one coach on and give them enough hours or keep building them up until they could go full time. And then once they've gone full time, then I would bring somebody else on and give them enough hours until they're full time. And then I would go from there. I think at the start, I made the mistake of getting loads of coaches, and we went from like 2 to 10 in about 6 months. And then after a while, a few of them were like, oh, I want more hours, I want more hours. And then it's like, I can't accommodate everybody now.
Go and open your own fucking gym then.
So now I would rather start a little bit smaller, give one coach more work, and then once they're full time and they're like, right, I don't want any more hours, bring on somebody else.
You need like 2 floaters though, don't you? Like
yeah,
if
we have
or
4 or
gone
5 full time, and then a couple that just float around, which is essential. But yeah, I would now I look at it right. Who's full time? Okay, they're going to get all of the work and all of the money. And then the other people in the background are just going to be that, just in the background. But yeah, 8 coaches, 7 a day. It depends. If it's spread out between all of them, I don't think that makes sense. I think it would be better to focus on 1 or 2. Maybe the boys will see. Because you want people to buy in, and you want people that make coaching CrossFit their thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to try and build a team when you've got maybe 8 staff that are all doing something else, because it's hard to get the buy-in for that. Whereas if you, let's say it's me, and then I got 2 people below me that are full-time, I can then develop them, which will in turn develop the coaches below. And then everyone's developing and the gym is growing. Because the only way he's going to grow now is if he probably brings on some coaches that can take on responsibilities consistently for him to go and do other stuff. Like maybe going into advertising, working on the social media, or whatever the direction needs to go.
But we need to increase the capacity in the classes, I think, before we can start to do that. So like on an objective list, I think it's like if we think somewhere between 18 and 24 people is probably what a coach is going to be looking after before, you know, like JR's, it depends on the experience level, but let's just say that that's like maybe the sweet spot for one coach looking after a class. Yeah. If we got any lower than 18, we are not getting enough efficiency out of the coach taking care of the class, that unless they pay for like a higher level of input. And then if we can get up to something like 18 to 24 people, and then we can get up to 8 classes, I think we can get to somewhere around the region of like 280 members. Gloucestershire, pretty good area, you know?
No idea.
Yeah, I think it is. So let's say like 155, 280, 155. Yeah, that's much better. That's much healthier.
I hope you're happy, Johnny. I can't monetize this episode now.
Is that you, Johnny?
Yeah, it's Johnny.
Well,
the music. I can't monetize the episode.
oh,
now.
sorry.
JR, when Johnny was talking about his, oh my God. When he was speaking the last time, you went to say something and then stopped. What were you going to say?
Yeah. I was curious if he thinks it's more important to have consistency with which face and at what time the members are seeing that face lead them and coach them, or if it's more important for there to be someone in front of them, regardless if they come to 8 a.m. and they have 3 coaches a week. They have someone who does Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then they have a coach on Thursday, and then they have me on Friday. Do you think it's more important that that coach is really enthusiastic and has a lot of passion and they only see the coach once a week and they have different coaches than, or do you think it's more important that you just have an 8 a.m. coach and all the people always see them and they know what their coaching style is and they know how the workouts are going to be communicated and all that stuff?
We try and keep coaches on the same coaching slot for the week, because generally people will stick to the same, like the 7 p.m.ers or the 7 p.m.ers, the 6 a.m.ers, the 6 a.m.ers. We try, and my job now in the gym is to try and train the 2 people below me, Janine and Ben, and then they go down and they coach the coaches a little bit. our goal is that no matter who's coaching the class, it's all to the same standard. So with the same things are said at the whiteboard, the warm-up is pretty much the same. We offer the same scaling options. We're consistent with, okay, if you're a beginner, you're doing this. If you're advanced, you're going to do this. You're going to do this, you're going to be somewhere in between if you're in between those skill sets. And then if we have consistency with the coaches taking the same classes, they're going to have a good idea of what members need to be pushed on a little bit more, maybe go into a red band instead of green. Maybe they got to start trying muscle ups in a workout. This person's been, hasn't PB'd their back squat. They always avoid running, all these types of things. It just helps us be more accountable to the members. And if we can keep our staff consistent in the classes, our members will get more from that, because they're building a relationship with the coach and the coach knows them well and what their progress needs to be. There's also negatives with that as well, is like, I don't coach 6 a.m. anymore, so people at 6 a.m. are never going to get me coaching, whether that's good or bad. 7 p.m. is never going to get Janine coaching. But if my job is to develop the staff so that no matter who's coaching, everyone gets the same standard of class, and the coaches can get to learn their members' needs and wants and how they want to progress, I think from what I've seen in the last year, I think that seems to be a good way of doing it.
From a member perspective, I think that the gold standard is to be coached by either the owner or the head coach, whoever the forward-facing person is. And then after that, you want the person that's as close to them on the hierarchy as possible. Everything beyond that, no offense to anybody, but everything beyond that is, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like if I go to Johnny's gym, I want to be coached by Johnny. And if it's not Johnny, I want it to be Janine or Ben. And if it's not one of them, I'm like, all right, okay. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Even subconsciously.
I try and, sorry, go on.
I want little Johnny.
The same, if I go to JR's, I would want it to be, because most of the time I think, well, maybe I'm completely biased, but my experience is I join the gym and stay at the gym because the owner or head coach, whatever, inspires me or is cool or is knowledgeable or is athletic or is whatever. And that's what I like want to get or be like or whatever. And then that makes me train and makes me, be consistent or whatever. And then if I go and it's like some fucking rube that's coaching the class, all the classes, I'm like, no, like I want the direct from source. I don't want a watered down multiple times version.
How many classes do you guys coach a week, Jamie and Johnny?
I coach Tuesday nights 5 and 6. I coach Thursday nights 5 and 6. I've just given Friday 5 and 6 to one of my newer coaches. So 4 hours a week, but then I'm always here. So like I'm always in the background, almost playing like a second coach for the classes that I'm not coaching. Unless it's 6 a.m.
Like more second coach. I haven't led a class in about 4 months now.
So Peter
I enjoy it though.
So Peter just wouldn't join and stay at your gyms.
No, he doesn't like me. Doesn't like me.
But then there's the what the fuck is the guy's name? The Tom? No, is it Tom?
Big sexy Tom.
Yeah.
The rugby guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if he was coaching, I'd be like, I'll stay here. Do you know what I mean?
If I could look 10% of that.
So you want so you want to be inspired by the person leading you.
Oh, yeah. Tom's inspiring.
Like during that hour period.
Yeah, I stayed at the gym I was at. I stayed there for like 8 years or whatever because of the owner and because of the things he could do physically and the general demeanor he had. And then when he brought on other coaches that I felt were just like a very watered down version, like it was the same warm-ups, the same everything, but like not specific to the workout, just like general warm-ups were always the same as what he would have done. But I was like, I mean, I could do this. Like this is like, it's secondhand from him the same way I could give it secondhand to someone else. And I was kind of like, this is just I'm paying for not what I want. And then that's when I was just kind of like, I don't know if I want to be here anymore. Whereas if it was all him or someone who I thought was as good as him, I would have stayed. I think.
Yeah, Jamie, when we watched Jamie's classes or Methods classes, they were basically a carbon copy of each other. And that's what you want, surely. And that all comes from the owner. If the owner at the front or at the top is training everybody below him to run a class as good as he could run it, and you get the individual add-ons from personality and knowing the members quite well, I think that's the best we can offer in a group setting for coaching CrossFit, and it all comes from the top down. The owner, the gym owner, has to be there consistently setting the standard and training everyone below them. And I've had times where I've taken on coaches and I just can't help them, and members will show you that because the classes are poorly attended. And then your job as an owner is to try and figure out why that is and make some changes. We've done that in the past, and it always improves when we make changes or we change coaches or remove coaches.
That a chilling indictment that you have a coach and the membership is in that class is dipping, and then you get rid of them and it just spikes back up again.
Yeah.
It's like,
People vote with their feet. Like people do it with attendance. Like if the workout's shit, they don't come in for it. It's like it's the easiest way to see what's popular and what's not, and who's popular and who's not.
We had we used to run an endurance class on a Sunday, which was unbelievably popular for 3-4 years. It would just be like, a couple of stations, longer partner workouts. Over the last couple of months, attendance has dropped off a little bit. We've also changed our Saturdays, which are 4 teams of 4 now. So we think that Saturday 4s is affecting people's attendance on a Sunday because they're quite similar. So now we're changing Sundays, and it looks like the response has been positive.
I think part of the issue with Sundays is probably because High Rocks is in a bit of a nosedive at the minute. So people are
Well, we were doing endurance class before High Rocks was a thing. It was just like low skill CrossFit in a group. But now people want to do more classic CrossFit on a Sunday. So that's what we're changing to next week.
Okay, so if we offer some closing thoughts to our brave affiliate owner that gave up all their information, Golden Valley CrossFit. So Jamie, you're saying more of Jamie and Johnny, I guess, together are saying more of a social media presence. Jamie is saying more inquiries. Johnny is saying more rig space, move the rig is a quite high hanging fruit, I guess, but it's the next logical step to,
pretty easy to move. Like it's not hard.
Yeah, well,
move.
I mean the money of buying the other half of the rig more so. And then JR, very complimentary of the equipment setup, the amount of equipment. We're kind of saying hopefully that assault bike storage solution might fit some other stuff into, more wall space, that kind of stuff. All in all, like it's apart from the doors, it's a really impressive.
It's a cool gym.
Yeah,
it is a cool gym. It looks cool. I could easily be a member there. It's not like you're looking at it being like, oh Jesus.
It's a 300 member gym though. It's a 300 member gym.
Yeah, we should have asked for a week of programming so we could see the programming and be like, right, how does this programming maximize use of facility? Because like I said, you could program a class in that gym and let's say it was including a wall and a rig and it would look like you cannot fit another person in here. But then you'd zoom out and you'd be like, well, actually 3/4 of the gym is empty. So the programming has got to maximize attendance and getting people in the space.
I think once he takes it back, at the minute he's using jump ship. So that's, you know what I mean? You're getting it and changing it. So once he gets it back, at the minute he does like strength and conditioning, basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, a team workout Saturday, endurance on a Sunday, and a longer type Metcon on a Thursday, a longer workout. Which is fairly standard, I guess, for most gyms, isn't it? You do a team day, you do a longer like conditioning type day, and then the rest is like CrossFit.
Chuck a pairs workout in on the Tuesday though. Like get rid of strength and Metcon and maybe do like something, another pairs one. Yeah, exactly. Like 3 on, 2 off, 1 on.
Intervals are amazing. 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off. 24 people in the class, 12 people are working out at one time. Beautiful.
And you push hard.
Yeah. Half the equipment, half the space.
They definitely have the ergs for it as well.
Half the coaching. Yeah.
And one of the best things about doing stuff in intervals like that is if you have a class of 24, giving someone a verbal cue is about all you can do when they're in the thick of it. You're not giving anyone a tactile cue. You're not giving anyone a hey, listen, you're doing this and I want you to do this. Watch me. Okay, keep going. Like that's not going to happen. But during their rest interval, that's the opportunity to coach. And that's the opportunity to say, hey, listen, you're stepping all your burpees up, but when you land, you're taking 3 steps before you drop down the next burpee. Why don't you just reverse pivot and take 1 step?
Yes.
Oh, here, let me show you. Okay, cool. I'll try it next time. That's just a really, really good opportunity to give everyone a little bit of personal touch in the class without feeling like you're getting on their nerves. So like, hey, the clock's moving. Can you like not talk to me until I'm done? That'd be great.
Exactly. Yeah.
People voted with their feet. Attendance has increased a lot since we started programming strength and mechan class. That's good. Yeah, just program. Like once you start programming yourself, you can program to your space. I guess is the point. And after you get your second half of the rig and your new doors, you'd be laughing. Okay, so he can pack on pretty much 100 members. We're saying
150.
Yeah. So that's pretty. I mean, that's a hefty intake, which is cool. All right. If there's any other gym owners, it'd be great to get a shit one. Like, it'd be great to get one that's like, I'm going to close, and then we save it. That'd be, if we can do that, if we can make that happen. CrossFit Jesus saves the gym. All right. Thanks, Jamie, Johnny, and JR. And thank you, Golden Valley CrossFit. Someone's on live now. You can go over and watch that. I don't have any shows planned this week, actually. I probably should schedule something. Jamie, anything major happening in the method?
Nope.
Okay. Johnny, anything in 179?
No, not until January now. But I am pinching Shence's idea of a advent calendar for the month of December. So we're going to basically do 24, print some cards out, 24 things. So like day one might be like get a selfie with a coach. Day two, something else. That was Shence's idea, and he sent me some ideas. So that'd be good.
Okay. Day one, post a dick pic. From my office
in the gym group. Whose dick is this?
Yeah, get a naked selfie in Johnny. JR, anything coming up in crack? You've another week and a half or so of Heroes.
2 weeks.
Wow.
So this week and one more. Yep.
Are you sick of it yet? Are you like, why?
Very, very sick of it. Yeah, it's it's been the most challenging and frustrating programming venture I've ever done.
Just because of the restrictions.
Yeah, because I don't want to always use someone else's work. I want to use mine. And but it's been amazing. And I know that the members are starting to see it and feel it. And I try to tell them all the time, hey, like back in the day, barbell gymnastics, barbell rower, barbell run. That's what you're getting. You're like, I'm putting sled stuff in as like odd object strength work, or like putting some handstand walking in, or putting some rope climbs in, but like sandbags, kettlebell, dumbbell, ski erg, sled, like you guys like appreciate what we have and the variance because you're feeling how it felt to do CrossFit back in the day, where you just beat yourself up with the barbell a lot.
What's attendance like?
It's been great. Last Wednesday was thrusters. It was like an I go, you go, muscle up thruster row, and it was pretty icky. And we had done
McCoy, right?
Yeah, Top C.
Yeah.
And we had done like a bad deadlift burpee workout on Tuesday, and we had done hot shots 19 on Monday. So I mean, everyone had been pretty messed up. So like Wednesday was nosedive, and I kind of smiled. I was like, "That's great." So they're taking a day off. Like they're just like, "Hey, I'm good. I can do without these thrusters." So it's been interesting to see. A lot of people take it kind of as a challenge, but I think that's just the general vibe in the gym is that they
we have that as well.
So, yeah, it's been good.
All right, thanks guys, appreciate it. Golden Valley CrossFit. If you're in, where is it? Gloucestershire. No, Nailsworth in Gloucestershire. Thank you. Goodbye.